All right, Amra, subscriber, friends, and motorcycle enthusiast. I'm in the final stages of bleeding my brakes, and I've already bled the caliper here, and basically I wanted to send some shout outs and express my gratitude to a couple of the videos that I seen. One was from Delboy, his video on priming an empty hydraulic system. And another YouTube video I saw was from Rods, Rides, and Wrenches, single piece motorcycle brake caliper rebuild. What I liked about his video, what I especially liked, was he showed the final stages one. Everything is bled. The last thing to do to make sure that the caliper is seated properly on the rotor. So you'll have to check that video out to get that information. But like I said a minute ago, I already bled this left caliper, which is the furthest one away from the master cylinder here. And what I really wanted to do was, so right now it's closed. And what I'm going to do is, what Bellboy says in his video is to tickle the brake lever. So I'm going to tickle the brake lever, which is just going to pull it in a little bit, and hopefully you'll see some bubbles coming out. They might have, a bunch of bubbles already came out. There we go. I'm getting impatient. But all I'm doing is tickling the front brake lever, and you can see a ton of air bubbles coming out. So there's a lot of air trapped in there. And he talks about not compressing it fully. It's not necessary. It doesn't do anything. Yeah. So there's a ton of air in the system. And all I'm doing is tickling, as Delboy says, the brake lever. That's it. And another one of these videos that I saw. So I saw a lot of videos, and my frustration in trying to get the system bled and not really being successful. I'm feeling like I'm getting successful now. But basically, in one of the videos, he talked about keeping this lever compressed overnight, which allows air to get out. And that'll be the last step that I do. Today. But basically, I'm feeling like I'm almost done here. I still got to do the right side. This is the left caliper. And even before I finished with the calipers, I thought I finished this caliper. I didn't see any air bubbles coming out. So then I looked at the master cylinder and was pleasantly surprised, I guess pleasantly because the air is coming out of the system just by pressing or tickling the brake lever. Bunch of air was coming out. I don't see too much air coming out now. Oops, right when I'm speaking. There's a huge bubble. But I will probably move to the right caliper soon. And maybe come back to the, I guess just the master cylinder when I'm done with the right caliper. For now, I just wanted to give a quick review of the couple of things. So this is the piston cylinder kit that I got from All Balls Racing for my 2013 ZX6R. I got rags all around the master cylinder so that in case I spill some brake fluid, hey, one of my rags came off. That was protecting the tank. I think I'm gonna put it back. But so this is my 2013, and basically I've been reluctant to rebuild the brake calipers, but the last couple of years on the track I've been having brake fade issues. So I've replaced everything basically, slowly but surely. The first thing that was recommended was the brake lines, because the OEM brake lines tend to go bad, the rubber brake lines. So I've got steel braided brake lines I got them from Caliper. And like I said, slowly but surely the whole system is getting replaced. I got new brake shoes. I've got new rotors for the front. That'll be the last thing that I do once I'm done bleeding the system. And like I said, these were the seals that I got from All Balls. They seem to have the best price. I figure they're all pretty much the same, so I let price be a determining factor. And these are some of my measurements I made and some of the old ones, which if you look at them really closely, you can see where they are worn out. You might not, it might be difficult with this camera, but you could see the edges are really rough. So they're worn. Get it on the right angle. Oh, there we go. You could see the seal, it's terrible. And actually, I thought I had one really bad piston, but inspecting them and looking at the marks on the pistons, on the brake caliper pistons, there's a lot of wear. So I'm not so sure it was just one bad piston. The all could have pretty much been going, or at least several of them were going really bad. So maybe that's where. So it was really good that I did this rebuild. So the main thing I wanted to do was show you that those little air bubbles just from tickling the brake lever. And even though it was very frustrating watching all these different videos, I did learn a few things from them. So all in all, I guess it was a good thing that it didn't go smoothly, that I watched a bunch of videos. I didn't expect that bubble. That huge bubble. Did you see that, how huge that was? popped out. Now I'm just leaving the brake lever compressed slightly and the air bubble popped out. Just getting these air bubbles out might be time consuming. A lot of patience. Good thing I have that. But this is really taking me down to my limit on my patience. And that does tend to be one of my areas of strength, is patience. This is really pushing it. Doing this brake caliper rebuild. Changing the pistons. So that's that, folks. Good luck on your jobs. Hopefully I provided you with some good information. And you can leave a thumbs up on my website. That would be awesome. Take care. Ride safe.